Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Never Open Podcast, the podcast open to everyone, except for those motherfucking penguins ripping off Americans. Better put some extra tariffs on those motherfuckers. My name is Luke. I'm your host of the Never Open Podcast, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andy. Say hello, Mr. Andy.
Hello, Mr. Andy. Hello, Luke. Hello, listeners. And yeah, I'm here to talk about Road to Sakura Genesis. We got two Road 2 shows. One is in a concrete box. The other is at Kurgan Hall. So I'm excited to talk about both these.
Sakura Genesis. Yeah, me too. Especially Road to Sakura Genesis, Fatal Fury, City of Wolves is what one of the shows is called. I mean, the second night's better, but you know, they're both fun shows. Before we get to that, I'm going to get the professionalism done, like fucking pow right away, because there are ways people can contact and interact with us if they wish to. We're on the Blue Sky. You can follow us there. Hey, Never Open Podcast or Pod, however you do it on the Blue Sky. I don't know, but we're there. Hi. You can probably see links and stuff for us individually there too. But if you add me personally, just be aware it's probably going to be mostly comic books and Doctor Who. So, you know, there is that. But if you add Mr. Guy, you're going to get him jamming on the fucking guitar. It's like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do you like guitar pedals?
Yeah, he's got all of them. He's got so many fucking pedals. No one on the Tour de France has anything to kind of cycle with. They're all gone. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, you know, if you want to send us a written or voicemail, you can do that too. neveropenpod@gmail.com. Also, if you got any of that Sasha Banks money, we have a Teespring still when you could buy merch that'll make you look never as fuck. And if you on the YouTubes, you can see me trying to pimp out one of these never as fuck pieces of merchandise right now. Fucking do it. These shirts are fucking awesome. They're really comfortable. They're nice material, all that kind of stuff. I'm not making that up. Charity will wear them, and she'll wear them in, like, you know, support her husband, sure. But she was also like, these are really comfy. I don't know why I'm doing charity voice. She loves the hoodie as well. The hoodies are also very comfortable. It's winter here almost, everyone. So, hey, you might want a hoodie version, not the T-shirt. Hey, but where Mr. Guy is, it's my fucking summertime almost. It's starting to get warm and it's getting hot over there.
Yeah, so it won't stop raining, so you could get a hoodie. You know, it's like
that's right. You get both. Why don't you just fucking get merch for all weathers? It's someone buy them. I just want someone other than like me, Mr. Guy, and my wife to have one of these. That'd be lovely.
There's a couple people out there, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Jay does as well. That's nice. All right. So yes, that's all the. Hey, I did it. Hey.
Yeah, you sure did. Luke, this first show is at the Yamanashi Aimesi Yamanashi. So that's where it is. And this is a fucking concrete box. It is wild looking. It is like, this is probably the most drab. And I'm talking like when I say the most drab, I'm talking about a group out of a group of extremely drab venues. This is one of the most drab I've ever seen. And it is good times. I love it.
It's a boring looking building. It's a good thing there's New Japan being done in it. Otherwise, it would be even shitter. For some reason, it's called Road to Sakura Genesis, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. I guess they're pimping out some game called Fatal Fury.
Video game, yeah.
And I'm like, fuck that game. All I want to play is Like a Dragon, fucking Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. If you follow me on the Blue Sky, you'll see I'm fucking obsessed with that game. Every time you fight someone in that game, Mr. Guy, the name of who you're fighting comes up on the screen. And sometimes, a lot of the time, you'll be fighting people called assholes. It's pretty good. Speaking of assholes, here's a match with Makabe in it. Whoa, see what I did there? It's Makabe, Togi Makabe, Tomoaki Honma, Wato, Yo, and Tiger Mask. Poor Wato and Honma tagging with some nerds.
Jeez.
That's right. Wato and Honma. Yeah, and they're wrestling against Toriano, Hiroyoshi Tenzan, Katsuya Murashima, Bolton Oleg, and fucking Ninja Mac. I'm like, that's a cool team. Murashima's winning. Yay.
What do you think of Ninja Mac's what do you think about Ninja Mac's entrance theme song? It's like from the Matrix, but like not really. Like it reminds I like green rain and text just falls from the top of the frame whenever I hear it. It's so
something to do with rain and something dropping is happening when that.
It's awesome.
Hey, he's here for 2 nights. I guess. I wonder if he's going to be at a certain thing coming up with lots of junior wrestlers. Ooh. Yes,
with
please.
Murashima as his partner. That would be awesome.
Yeah. You need someone. You need a young lion to tag with him during the things. That'd be fucking awesome. By the way,
he's the only young lion that wrestles anymore, so it's all good.
Oh my god, he is. He's the senior young lion. Since these have got like important matches on them, I guess like can't fit all the young lions on. Makabe gets his laugh shit in early. So he gets in straight away, gets a dude in the corner. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Then he tags out, and you never see or hear from him again. But all right, before we get that, it's on Yano, by the way. Yano eventually turns the tables and does some double team shit on Honma and Makabe and whatever, Ishii style almost, but Yano. But he's got that spot where he grabs both their hairs and is supposed to yank him down, but he doesn't really. He must have had just one little wispy strand of Makabe's hair because Honma goes down. He has less hair to grab onto, but Honma knows the fucking deal. Go down. He does. Makabe doesn't go down, realizes he should have, and goes down. And I'm just like, man, you fucking suck.
He bumped late, and it made them both look stupid.
No, yeah. So there is that. This is one of those matches where I'm like, this is messy, but I'm having lots of fun watching it. Everyone's working light and a bit silly, and strong style is alive and well, everyone. No, this is a house show, brother. We're just chilling out. Then Yo, like an arsehole, puts the Anaconda Vice on Murashima and wins. And I'm just like, boo!
Yeah.
Boo! Boo.
Tenzon's real mad.
Yeah.
You could see it. His ponytail was coming unfurled. He was so upset. That was good. I like that Murashima did put the brab on Yo in this match, so that was cool. I was happy to see that. There was some bad psychology in the match too, where the good guys were like, "Oh, we're totally going to set up this Ho Train spot in the exposed corner," so they just charge in towards the exposed corner, and what happens? Oh, they run right into it. That's a bummer, but that was fun. Next, Luke, we have in the concrete box, we have Sonata and Dan Baloney. When he's tagging with Sonata, he's Dan Baloney. Sorry. Yeah. Versus Yuya Uemura and Taka Michinoku. Just 4 guys. And War Dogs attack, and Sonata beats up Yuya while he's fucking with Milano, and I kind of appreciate it. It's like he throws him at Milano, and Milano always sells stuff like way bigger than it's supposed to be, and everybody giggles about it. So I
could imagine in a parallel universe, right? Milano played soccer.
He does take a dive. And he runs in fear too sometimes.
That's right. So. And if you've seen some of those dives in soccer, you barely touched him, but
right. Gotta sell it, man. Nobody sells like them soccer players. That was great. But then we get a bunch of heat on Taka because they cheat. And Milano's still over there goofing off. And it's funny, too, because I was listening to the Japanese commentary, and they're all like, Milano-san, are you okay? Made me laugh. So, anyway, he made me crack up. So those two, Yuya and Sonata, tag in, and they wrestle. And it's really good. And Sonata puts Yuya in the Paradise Lock, and, the crowd's applauding, and he's like, oh, fuck, and kicks him right out of it.
Oh, yeah. It's like, whoops. It's like out of habit. I'll put the Paradise Lock on. Oh shit. Nope.
Yeah, you like that? No. And that was fun. So, Chirilla Killa on Taka Michinoku. That was a fun match. Nothing really happened. It's just fun.
If Sonata joins there could be some fun ways you could make the Paradise Lock really a booable move. It's got to be, right? There has to be a way you can boo that move. Yeah. But, yeah, I liked it too. And next we have Gabe Kidd, Robbie X, and Taiji Ishimori versus Robbie Eagles, Kosei Fujita, and Hartley Jackson. Yeah. I have to call Eagles in my notes Eagles rather than Robbie, which is what I usually type, because of fucking Robbie X. Or do we call him Robbie Twitter? Was he used to be Robbie Twitter and now he's Robbie? Never mind. So you know how sometimes... What? Yeah, I know. All right. Shut up. I'm just moving on. I know it was bad. Just moving on. I didn't even wait for your reaction. I'm just.
Are you moving on?
Shut up. All right, so Robbie Twid now. So remember that tag match where everyone's having a good old time? ELP, Ishimori, whoever is tagging with Wato, but Wato comes in, he's just like, like he's watched Daredevil and starts fucking going for it. Well, I feel like Robbie Eagles, I feel like everyone in this match has a bit of that, maybe except Gabe Kidd and Hartley, but the juniors are a bit like, hey, let's take it easy before our main match and just make this fun. Robbie's like, and Vegeta's like, no, I'm just going to fucking chop the shit out of everyone. And you can see Robbie X's chest is all nice and red. And he's just like, hey, almost like, hey, that wasn't, what are you doing? Welcome to New Japan, Robbie X.
That's what that was too, right? Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Welcome back, motherfucker.
Yeah, they were like hitting him with chops that didn't make a sound either because they were just supposed to hurt, and that's it.
Are you tough? Let's see.
Just thud, you know? It's
yeah.
like, oh, okay.
All right. Gabe Kidd and Ishimori get Vegeta back doing chops, and chops is a move you don't see Ishimori doing a lot of, but he does them.
What's he doing chops in this match? That's wild.
I get something that I'm not sure I've seen yet in New Japan, or if I have, I've forgotten it. But Gabe Kidd and Hartley Jackson, what a fun time!
Oh yeah,
man, I really like that. It's just fun, big man shit. Just both of them just going at each other, and hey, Jackson's bumping real good for the hot new young star, Gabe Kidd, and yeah, it's awesome. I'm really enjoying it. Then all four of the juniors decide to have this fucking kick sequence that I'm just suddenly like, oh, holy fuck. What was that?
I was right in the middle of those two big guys, too. They have to kind of stop what they're doing. That happens, and then they resume hostilities. That's great.
Yeah. The big men are like, oh, yeah, right, let them do their preview stuff. All right, yeah. Yeah, smoking a drink while they're having a smoke. But it was awesome, and I'm just like, I wonder if their tag team title match is going to be like that. Yeah, so that was awesome, and then you're right. That goes back into a cool strike battle with Gabe Kidd and Hartley Jackson, and we get a pile driver by Gabriel Kidd for 3 on Hartley. Gabe, on his way out, he sees a young fan with the Gabriel Kidd towel. He holds the towel out going, yeah. The kid must have been like, hey, Dad. Mm-hmm. And because all of a sudden, Kidd's handing fucking Gabe Kidd a fucking drink of booze. And Gabe Kidd opens it up and takes a swig. Hey, Shooter Umino is backstage going, God damn it, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, he tried to get over with the kids. And the bracelets didn't get over, but the beer
bracelets
does.
didn't over, but you know,
Suntory or whatever it is. Man,
yeah,
that was a lot of fun. And Gabe, like, you know, really likes that. You can tell. It's great. I like when he does that thing where you can tell he's like gotta be this mean guy, but deep down you can kind of see that this is fucking awesome and he's enjoying it so much. So it's like, I don't know, I like that about him.
Be cool to the people with the merch.
Yeah. And we got to see the preview tag shit, which was good. So that's a good match. But next, Luke, we have Hiromu, Bushi, and Naito versus Akira Newman and Bag. And, and Hiromu and Newman, they start, and it's really good. It's like kind of junior-ish, heavyweight stuff. And then while United Empire trying to get some heat on Hiromu, he basically takes turns with the United Empire guys, just like, which cool move you want me to take now? Okay, that one, let's do that. And then the next guy lines up, is just like hitting cool moves on Hiromu, and he's bumping like Hiromu can do, and it's really cool, man.
It's fantastic.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, but then LIG cheat, and they beat up Akira for a little while. Naito fucks with Akira one too many times, and Akira gets a drop kick and tags in Newman so he can run wild, brother. And LIGA team up on Bag, and Bag taps out to Hiromu, unfortunately, because he get teamed up on. So that's sad. I want to see Bag get his first win, you know? But after the match, Newman has to stop Naito and Hiromu from keeping holds on his boys. So all his boys, they keep putting holds on. He has to get in there and clean it up. He saves Bag's ass. And then Newman stands off with Naito and Hiromu because Cobb's not here. So
I want to see Bag do something that makes me think like, hey, his name is fuck, I can't even remember.
Jacob's Ladder.
Charity's in the fucking room, right? Where either this night or the next night when Bag comes out, and the announcer guy says what Bag's name is, and Charity repeats it. Oh, is that the guy you call Bag? I'm like, yeah. Now, what's his name again?
I know.
And Charity's like, I'm like, exactly. Exactly. It's Bag.
It is Bag.
It's fucking Bag. Oh my god. The next we get like a weird singles match where you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I want to see it because this story is really cool. It is Yoshinobu Kanemaru that
I don't like
that motherfucker versus I like him too. He's amazing.
I said I don't.
Come on, it's a oh, you don't like him?
Yeah, I was agreeing with you. You were talking about what a piece of shit he
was,
and I was just having your back saying I don't like him.
That's right. It's they're all terms of endearment, but House of Torture, what a bunch of pricks. Anyway, versus Yota Tsuji. Hey, Kanemaru shakes hands. I'm like, dude, he's fucking X handle, Tweety handle is literally heel master. Like, don't take this motherfucker's hand.
Like Tsuji asked him, right? He got on the mic and was like, "Evil's not here. What do you think? Straight up match?" And Kanemaru's like, "Absolutely."
Yeah. So this is fun stuff, and it's all a buttering up thing because hey, what's Kanemaru good at? Well, he's a junior, so he's going to do fuck your leg on Yota Tsuji, and that's exactly what he does. Yeah, lots of fuck your leg and all this kind of stuff. And it's fucking funny, and we get to the point where Kanemaru's like, you know what? I'm just going to fucking cheat. Brings a whiskey bottle out, about to take a swig, and then the evil dicks come out. Oh, they're here. But they don't attack or anything. Instead, they're happy to see a normal match. And they're like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And Kanemaru looks at him. He's like, you know what? I don't need to do this. Oh, it makes me fucking laugh. And then they get Kanemaru and Yota keep wrestling, but then Kanemaru goes down, and Evil and Togo are like, nah, we're not having that. So Evil just low blows fucking Yota Tsuji, and then they all get a whole
right in front of the ref, right in
front of Kenta Sato.
Kenta Sato.
He's become the hot ref right now.
He is. He thinks
Kenta Sato's so hot right now. You know what? And and then Kanemaru hits him with the whiskey bottle. Oh no. Chairs all over Yota Tsuji's leg, and Dick Togo bashes it in. So, hey, we're softening up Yota Tsuji because, hey, Evil, there's no way Evil could beat like a fully formed, ready to go Yota Tsuji. You've got to weaken him up, or it might be, hey, we've weakened him up, and now the underdog, we've underdogged him, and now he can triumph over Hot. Either way, the story's there, whichever way they want to go with it. So, yeah, This is good stuff.
Okay. I liked that a lot. That was fun. You knew those guys were going to come out and start fucking around, but it was funny when they came out and they were like, no, don't cheat. And the crowd's like, what? They made that noise. It's pretty great. So anyway, next, Luke, we were joined by Marty Asami, who is the greatest ref alive
of all time.
So, and this match is Kato, Finley, and Clark Connors. I was considering that for a second. That's why I paused there. It's Kato, Finley, and Clark Connors versus Desperado and Fisherman. And I'm kind of done with the Fisherman, so I'm pretty bored with this match. Although the Clark and Desperado stuff is great because they get in this big chop fight to the point where they take off their necklaces because they're hitting their necklaces and they're like, let's take these off. Okay, now let's chop here. And that's really fun. The rest of the match does happen. Desperado makes Gato give up, and Connors takes his belt off after the match and chokes Desperado out with it, and it's realistic and scary, but kind of awesome,
Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Connors, you better be willing to take some gnarly looking bumps if you're going to do shit like this to Despy. And I'm very happy with how that match turns out the next night. This dude, the fucking heavyweight title scene right? All right, fine. We care more about the Never title. I have not really cared about this belt since they merged it with the IC title. Oh, wow. Now we've got the global belt. And it's white. Oh, you mean it's an intercontinental? Fuck off. So I've never cared about this belt as much as the previous one. I loved it when Zack Sabre Jr. had it, Sonata even, like they've had the Shingo. So there's been good runs with this title. And that's what you want. You want your biggest title in New Japan to be like the most exciting because that's just kind of how wrestling works. I'm fucking bored. I'm bored. David, can you just win already? Please, God, win, please.
He's gonna lose.
Put some freaking shine back on this belt. Goto is such a boring champion. Oh my God.
Goto Revolution, Luke.
What is Despy doing tagging with this nerd? What happened to Wato? God.
See, that is the problem. We love the whole Desperado Wato storyline, but look at where it's led for Desperado. I mean, like, he's still crushing, don't get me wrong. But look at who he has to hang around. He used to be on Suzuki-gun. What the fuck?
Now he's in fucking Hontai. Team affiliated.
Come on, team affiliated. This is awesome, by the way. I love
it. You don't put a fucking deathmatch guy in that group? What are you doing?
Oh, I mean, Yano's in that group, but and so is Honma.
Look, Yano.
More deathmatch guys. So
look, but Yano's got the dog kennels, so
I miss those. Those were funny.
I miss funny Yano. They don't do anything with Yano anymore. He used to be the most winning wrestler in New Japan, and then suddenly they're like, "You've reached the age cutoff. We're not doing anything with you ever again."
That was when they didn't have any other wrestlers, Luke. So that's one of the reasons that Yano had that crazy. It was in every storyline for a while was because they didn't have any wrestlers because of COVID. Yeah. So, got to push Yano. But Luke, this main event, you don't like it, huh?
Well, I did. I liked parts of it. Parts of it are fucking gnarly. I mean, I get some of my favorite moves in wrestling. One of them's done by Tanahashi himself. But
jacket.
Yeah, you knew exactly what I was talking about. I fucking love that move. And it's performed fucking great too. The look of shock on Shingo's face right before he's like, uh-oh.
He's the one who makes it.
Yeah, uh-oh. I think I'm getting suplex right now. Yeah. Yep, you sure are. Yeah, I did say before the show, I was like, you know what? I wish Evil had beaten Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
He's not terrible, but he's not the. I mean, that's probably why he's retiring. He's not quite the ace. He's eating the carbs and stuff a bit more and all that kind of stuff. That's all right. He's also become one of the guys on the list of people Shingo can't made in Japan anymore.
Yeah, that was scary, but I like this match. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't expecting some 5-star classic or anything like that.
Not.
I was just.
I think I was
also
a little nervous because I'm like, all right, Tanahashi's doing his victory lap stuff, and part of my brain was just like, well, Shingo's not retiring. He's in arguably, I mean, the War Dogs are now for me, but he's in arguably the coolest faction in New Japan, and he's like the Neverest. He's on the top of Mount Neverest, and he is, and he's been world champion. So I'm like, if he I don't mind him losing to Tanahashi. He has before, but not like final lap retiring Tanahashi.
Yeah.
Hell no.
So I was kind of match,
but I also know it's Shingo, and he's like one of the most unselfish motherfuckers in wrestling, and I could easily see him just going down for the 1, 2, 3. So imagine my delight when we see the Last of the Dragon 1, 2, 3, and Shingo wins, and suddenly I go from like this, please don't lose, Shingo, to be like, oh fuck, yay! Yep, that's pretty much how I was. But so look, maybe it's also an age thing on Shingo's part. That's why they're bringing back the Burning Dragon move, because it looks like it's a lot easier to put on because they're made in Japan / Last of the Dragon, because they're kind of similar moves, just higher up. Made in Japan's like chest height, Last of the Dragon's like over the shoulders. All right, Shingo's unfortunately no longer a spring chicken, so maybe that's probably why he's bringing out the Burning Dragon move and all that kind of stuff. because there's been some rough-looking Last of the Dragons and all that kind of stuff happening recently, and there's a rough-looking, I think, Made in Japan in this, and I can't be like, oh, it's Tanahashi, he hasn't got it anymore, so he's doing that. No, it's been a bit of, like, it's been a bit of a thing. So
Yeah.
But there's some good spots in here. But I don't know. I think I don't know. I'm not super enamored with Tanahashi at the moment, I guess, is what I'm saying. I don't know. I know I sound like an asshole too, because like he's just doing his fun, like, hey, I'm leaving, and so I'm going to wrestle all the guys I want to wrestle, and it's going to be great. Not necessarily win, which is cool as well, but I'm going to do my last match with all these guys and stuff, and that's kind of cool. But I guess for me, wrestling is all about moving on and what's in the future. The young guys or the guys that aren't retiring, kind of like doing their thing. And then when I know someone's out the door, I'm just like, all right, cool, man. I want to focus on the Yoda Sujis and the Shooters and the Yuyas and the Vegetas and the guys that are like at the top of the game. Like right now, I want to focus on these guys. All right, man, cool. And and as you're retiring, Tanahashi, can you make a decree? Togi Makape, you're out.
Okay.
Why isn't he retiring? Anyway,
I mean,
that's my little rant.
Because he's still famous movie star and stuff, so he's got to stay on TV in Japan, so he's relevant. But I don't know. I liked this match a lot. I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny when Shingo tried to do a sling blade and it would look like shit. And then Tanahashi's like, let me show you. And he like does it. That was fun. There was also a part where Shingo hits a DVD on Tanahashi and Tanahashi sells it. So funny. He like stands up and grabs his head like his hair's on fire. It's so funny.
That's the other thing. I'm going to sell whoever the fuck I want.
Oh, it was great.
I'm the boss and I'm retiring.
Hey, well, I mean, Shingo sells like a cartoon character as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what, that's part of it. It's great. And like you said, that
Tanahashi gets booed by stopping Scar and then going for the air guitar.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't like that, I don't know. I enjoyed that match quite a bit. It was fun. It didn't overstay its welcome. It wasn't too long. I like that about it too. But it wasn't a classic or anything like that. But that show was fun. What do you say we get out of the concrete box and we go over to a packed and motherfucking stacked rockin' Corrigan Hall for another show loop? Because this next show is on fire. The crowd is insane. There's no guardrails because it's like a junior show, basically. This is like a junior showcase, like this show. And so they're like, fuck guardrails. And because of that, they like pile more people in. So it's just packed. It looks insane. What do you think of the crowd?
Dude, this crowd's hot for tonight. They're amazingly hot for the two main events, which is exactly what you want. But they're pretty decent throughout the whole night too. So they're into it. Yeah, this is a rockin' Corrigan Hall show. And I really liked this. Even like I was kind of tired, and I was like, "No, I gotta watch this. I gotta record in the morning." I sound like such a fucking third world problem asshole right now, but I fucking had a great time. But it's 11 o'clock. Come on, Clark, lay down.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But I still like the match. But I want you to talk about a Tana match. So I'm going to start off with Katsuya Murashima, Ninja Mac versus Mao and Koroko Yuya. Or was it Yuya Koroku? I don't know. I'm just going to call him Koroku rather than Yuya, because then I'll just get my brain mixed up. Now, Murashima, he gets a cool standoff moment with Koroku, and I'm like, all right. That part was like, oh. And the crowd's like, yeah, all right, you guys did that. I'm like, all right, that's pretty awesome. Mao and Ninja Mac try to ninja kick each other. What? This is like Mao also, hey, handshake? Nah. He's not handshaking. So
Mao doesn't shake hands.
No. That's right. Well, you don't if you got a name that sounds like a cat sound, you're a heel. That's just cats are heels. It's just how it is. Okay. Yeah, because they're assholes. I love cats, by the way, but We all know this. Now, Mao goes for Ninja goes for some kind of dive. No, then Mao goes for one. No, then we get Ninja special to the outside. Mao does one of the worst looking tilt-a-whirl backbreakers I've ever fucking seen in my life.
That was bad.
It was fucking terrible. Like Bret Hart saw that and was just like, come on, man.
Tiger Mask was backstage. He saw
Yeah,
that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Mao, like, all right, Murashima wants to German suplex Mao, and then Mao does this kind of wiggle, then drop down, then grabs Murashima and Germans him, and I'm like, all right, I don't know if you're good or stank, or are you half good or half stank? Because that's my opinion of Mao. Because he wins with like even a lame-looking super kick. It looked like
that was a monster super kick. I like.
I thought it looked kind of lame. I'm like, it's 2025. A super kick's your finisher. Get out of here.
You don't need to use your finisher to beat Murashima. Come on, man.
Yeah, but I don't know who the fuck you are. So yes, you do. I don't know you, Mao. I don't know you. In fact,
we've seen him before.
At the end of this match, I'm not going Mao. I'm going Woof.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sold on Mao. And then the commentary's like, oh, and then Mao himself is just like, hey, you might see me in May. Because that's when Best of Super Juniors is. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'd rather see Ninja back. Like, wow. Yeah. Mao, this is like Mao's chance to be like, Mao, this is why you should love me. And instead I'm just like, no, he didn't wow me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought he was great. He had one screwed up move. That was it. I thought he did a great job. I don't know.
Well, I love tilt-a-whirl backbreakers, so like he's
once he did that, it was over.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Once his finish was lame.
He's all right. Well, that was an awesome match. I thought that was a lot of fun. Murashima had a cool spot with Mao where he's doing like he has like really great facial expressions, and Murashima does. So they're like facial expressing off at each other. Mao's running doing Yakuza kicks at him, and he's like, Murashima takes one in the face, and he goes, no. And he like looks at him, he's like, nope, I'm not. You're not gonna knock me down, And he's like leaving the ropes to hold himself up, and he did like 3 times. That was great. Mao had to like use some kind of like trickery to get Murashima down. That was great. It was actually pretty stupid though, because he goes, look over there. And Murashima looked.
He's a young lion. He has to fall for that. If a wrestler's like, hey, what's that? Murashima's like, okay. Boop.
He also did a fantastic like out of the corner drop down version of the like John Morrison finisher, like the bounce off the ropes moonsault thing. He did that from a standing position, bounced straight down and did a moonsault, and that was fucking amazing. So the other guy was there. He had a choker on.
Yeah. See, if both of us don't have any notes about what you did, you probably didn't do much.
I don't know. But the crowd was on fire for that match when Murashima as well. But anyway, next, Luke, it's another last in a lifetime match. It's Tanahashi versus Taguchi. This is a lot of fun. So it's hard to tell though who the crowd is cheering for at the beginning, because you just hear Tanahashi, and you can't quite tell if it's Taguchi or Tanahashi, and Sakamoto is too young of a ref to be jumping in there and kind of like weighing those things, so you can't quite tell. It's kind of fun, but I like that. It's also hard to hear when there's just a room full of marks shouting. This makes it hard to hear. But Taguchi, he gets over on Tanahashi a little bit, and he plays the air recorder. That was great.
I imagine he was playing the Ninja Mac theme.
Yes, definitely. Or high energy, But that was great. But Taguchi proves he's never this is amazing. So Taguchi does this whole thing where he's got Tanahashi running the ropes, and he makes him run the ropes till he is exhausted. And he's like, never tired, huh? And Tanahashi turns around and is like, that's right, I'm never tired. The crowd's like, oh, okay.
He's never tired, but he does get fatigued and letharged.
I love that. That was fun.
That was great.
Anyway, because he had clearly just collapsed in exhaustion. And said, Tanahashi or Taguchi called him out. But then Tanahashi starts using the funky weapon on Taguchi while he's beating him up. At one point, though, Taguchi grabs Tanahashi in the taint and tries a dragon screw taint thing, right? But it hurts Taguchi instead. And I'm not quite sure what happened there, but it was funny.
Did like Tanahashi clench and like almost rip his thumb out? Like what's going on there?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure, but that was funny. I like that. So anyway, there's ankle locks, a funky weapon that gets Taguchi a 2 count. He does silly butt stuff, and Tanahashi gets up, like catching him in the act of doing his little silly butt stuff, and Taguchi's like, oh yeah, this match is over. You're right. Sling blade, high fly flow. The ace wins. That's fun. I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice and short, and it wasn't the main event, so yeah. Man, I'm such an asshole. Oh, but that's okay.
You're just gonna hate all Tanahashi matches now, huh? So
no, I had a good. I had a good chuckle and laugh watching this. Of course, it was fine. Yeah, but I was looking forward to other matches, and next we have.
I mean, if we can have fun with a wrestler like Bag, Luke, we can have fun with a wrestler like Tanahashi. Come on, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, Bag. Oh my goodness. I wonder if this is some wrestlers fans' first like episode of ours. They're like, why do they keep calling this guy Bag? I'm not explaining it. But we have Jeff Cobb, Callum Newman, and Bag versus Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Tetsuya Naito. Look at that. Everyone has a memorable name that I can remember, except for Bag. Bag gets a rough-looking double net breaker done on him and I'm fucking laughing. I mean, I don't mean rough as in like that looked like shit. I mean like, ouch. That was a cool move. Yeah. So Naito's like, Bag's got a neck. I don't like that.
No,
it's going.
Can't be having that.
Oh my goodness. There's all sorts of fun stuff you can do with Cobb because he's the base man. That's what I like to call him. He's the base. Because he can pretty much catch anyone and then do some moves or continue, doing all sorts of stuff. So Hiromu is just like, I'm going to give you crossbody. Bounced off him. Oh, fuck, I'm going to try that again. Caught. This kind of shit. So Hiromu's having a good old time with Jeff Cobb, and it's making me laugh. And hits a couple of knee drop kicks and stuff and butters him up because later on in the match, Bushi goes for a fucking Rana on Jeff Cobb. And he hits it.
Yeah.
All right.
Not the first time. It takes him a second.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's still cool. I'm allow it. The visual was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Bushi gets to take a move I haven't seen him take for a while. And it's his favorite move to take because he gets to braid his hair and buy a new mask. He gets to go on his 1 millionth tour of the islands. 1, 2, 3. I'm looking forward to this title match, the tag title match. It's gonna be fun.
I agree. There was a fun part in the match where Hiromu thought he was fighting Newman, but really he was fighting Bag, and he's like, "Wait, if you're over there, who are you?" He couldn't tell them apart, and that was awesome. That made me laugh. I like that. Also, Hiromu tried to choke out Jeff Cobb, and Jeff Cobb just started walking around with Hiromu, like wearing him like a necklace, and started beating other guys up while Hiromu's just riding around on his back. That shit was hilarious, man. Also, the first time Bushi missed that dive is because Bag grabbed his leg.
Fucking Bag.
He's in there, man. Now, Cobb was talking shit on the English mic, but I couldn't hear it because I was watching Japanese or whatever. So I'm not sure what he said, but
we're gonna win.
No, that was it. Okay. Well, next, Luke, we have Tsuji and Shingo versus Evil Dick. Evil Dick attack, and Shingo gets taken out, and Evil Dick work over Tsuji in the ring, and this goes on for several minutes. Until Tsuji gets an eye poke on Evil. That was pretty fun. And he tags in the Dragon. They do a Three Stooges routine in this fucking match that's pretty good, where like Evil Dick and Shingo and Kenta Sato's who's involved. And so like Dick Togo ends up getting pushed into Shingo's crotch by Kenta Sato, and that was really funny. Ground Cobra, and Dick Togo gives up to Shingo.
That's right. I love that. I love that move. And then not only does Sato look distraught that he actually helped House of Torture with a low blow, he counts the 3. He goes to count 3. I'm like, you could sort of red shoes that, but you know what? I think it's funnier that you counted it after you did that. So I'm going to allow it.
That's funny.
And you know, that was a major Kanemaru gambit, by the way, because they didn't even wait for LIJ to come out. No, Evil's music's playing, and he's already got Yota Tsuji under his fucking arm like this. It's fucking funny. I loved it. Next, we have Master Wato with 3 nerds.
Oh.
In fact, the 3 biggest nerds in New Japan, in my opinion, Yo and the Fisherman. One of the Fishermen is the world champion. I still can't fucking believe that. I can't believe it. It's like, what are you doing? Anyway, they're wrestling Drilla Maloney, Gabe Kidd, David Finlay, and Gato. And that team cheers me up because they're all awesome. And then I see, hey, Marty's out here. Yeah. And I just like, I want War Dogs to kill these nerds. Paul Wato has to tag with these guys. So you know, Yo is being put in a submission hold by Gato. And then Marty's like, give up. And then Gato's like, give up. Yeah, say it. Yo.
He does.
Give up, motherfucker. Give up. And he won't give up. So he just fucking slams him on the mat and just does just rubs his fucking shoe into Yo's face going, give up.
That was great. he yelled, hey, Marty, give up, like that too. He yelled at Marty, like calling it. That was great. That made me laugh a lot. It was funny. He's clearly been listening to the podcast too.
Oh
There's
my
no
God.
doubt about
You
it.
damn right I made fucking notes of that. That was fucking hilarious. Oh my God. There's a Ho Train spot on Wato, and then Gabe Kidd just like crunch right in the corner on Wato. And I'm like, come on, man. He's the guy I want to get crunched the least on that team. But then Wato, he does get to have a win. And I'm like, I don't like Yoshihashi or Goto. Fuck those guys. But who wins? That's right. It's fucking Wato with the Ventival on Gato, of course.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, but now you got to celebrate with the nerds. I'm like, they're gonna kind of be like, yay, we won. I'm like, no, Wato won.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're setting up the match where I hope Dave Finlay beats the shit out of Goto in 5 minutes, please. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. But this was fine. For me, the most entertaining part was Gato with Yo. Like, that was fucking funny. And then seeing the War Dogs beat the shit out of the Fishermen and all the other dickheads. So yeah,
it's fun watching the War Dogs beat up nerds. You know,
it is.
It's just sad that Watto is one of them.
Yeah.
Well, Luke, we have a complicated match next. It is the junior tag title match. It's Fujita and Robbie Eagles versus Robbie X and Ishimori. And listen, I'm going to be saying Robbie E. I'm going to be saying Robbie X probably. So we'll see how that works out. But that was my plan going into this. But Bullet Club immediately cheat. And this irritates Ref Chumpy, who's sticking around out here to ref this one. So happy to see him, Want to make sure we get this right down the middle. So, but TMDK, they handle all the cheating, and they get some of their like really good tandem moves at the beginning. We get some Robbie shenanigans, and the Robbies face off, and they get this big, long, complicated strike battle with pretty heavy strikes, right? So Fujita gets some of his chops in on Robbie X, but Ishimori drags him to the outside, and Robbie X has all the cool moves. So he hits the first big dive of the match, and he gets some cool shit in this match. So Bullet Club, they use cool tandem moves, like, all right, to get us in. Oh, here's what it is. So Bullet Club, they're kind of like doing tandem moves, but the point is to get them into Ishimori's game plan of like, fuck your arm, right? So they're trying to get to that, and they almost get there. So Robbie E, though, gets in and runs wild. He does cool moves, taking out both Bullet Club guys. Everybody hits big dives, and this leads to them all being dead on the floor, selling while Marty starts counting. I love that. That was a good moment, We have what I am now dubbing the Pity City Slam on Ishimori from TMDK. And then the Robbies get back in, and this wrestling is very cool. Like, they're doing some shit, you're like, I don't think I've ever seen that. Like, for example, a reverse Chaos Theory power bomb with a flip like in there somehow.
Oh, by Robbie X?
Yes.
Fucking on Robbie Eagles. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And there's a part of that sequence where I don't even know if Robbie Eagles knows what's going to happen. And he goes with it, and it ends up being fucking awesome. See, what a fucking pro. Oh my God. That sequence was incredible. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. I was mesmerized by that. That was cool moves. But anyway, Sliced Bread and Robbie E tags in Fujita. Fujita enjoys stopping Robbie X's like momentum with big chops. So like Robbie X will start to get moving a little bit. He's like, boom. It's great. And then we get this wild thing where like Robbie X gets tripped in a really cool way. It was like, I don't know how I would call that, but ended like the surfboard type move. So Fujita's got him in the surfboard. Yeah. Robbie runs in, tries to put the Ron Miller special on Ishimori, but he pushes Robbie into the pile, and then it breaks everything up. And I didn't see that coming. That was a well executed one of those, Yeah. So I don't know what you call that, but anyway, that was great. So we have a really cool bridging O'Connor roll from Fujita for 2 that I don't even like that move. And I was like, what? Like, fantastic, man. And then everybody in the pool for big moves on Robbie X. Oh, and Robbie X tries a Pele kick and gets fucking kicked out of the air by Robbie Eagles. Oh, my
God.
The first time I watched that a few times because first time I watched it, I was like, oh my God, he kicked him right in the face. No, nowhere near his face. It was like, it was great. He barely touched him. And I was like, oh man, that was so good. That looked real the first time I saw it. So that was amazing. Then we get a reverse Rana and a lethal injection for 2 from Robbie X on Robbie E. Spiral tap from Robbie X, but Fujita breaks that up. He breaks the pin up, and then Robbie E catches Robbie X out of the air. And this is scary because it almost doesn't work, right? He comes flying and he catches him upside down when he's trying another lethal injection. But that's the sweet buster on Robbie X. And then huge German from Fujita on Ishimori, like just takes him out. And Robbie gets the pinfall victory on Robbie X after like the running Aussie kick. Match is great. That was good.
I thought this was awesome. I thought, like, all right, are they going to put some gold on the War Dogs tonight? Build us up for, the next run of shows or whatever. But no. I wouldn't have minded if the golds was on Robbie X or Ishimori. That's. Oh, by the way, Vegeta at 2 or 3 times in this match decides like, hey, maybe it's a good idea to face Robbie X and put my back to Ishimori. Pays for it every time. But I'm happier with this because Robbie Eagles, I love him, and Vegeta. Hey, you might want to have at least some of your gold on some of these new up and comers, like, That's and Vegeta. He's not going for sound, amazing sound when he goes for his chops. No. His chops, I'm going to hurt you with his chops. And
against Robbie X anyway. Maybe not Ishimori, So.
No. Because Robbie X is like, I'm new here. I'm just going to like take that and fine. Ishimori's those like, they'll never fire me. I'm going to fuck you up. I could get a job anywhere. Whack. He probably can. But, man. They pull out so many fucking cool combos and so many, like, everyone's timing. There's no Yoshihashi in this match, with the timing to the laugh, right? Everyone's timing is impeccable. So many good breakups, so many moments where I'm like, all right, the match is over. And I'm happy with the team that's all right. But I'm happy that Robbie Eagles, he gets the win. This match was fucking awesome. The crowd was into it. Yeah, it was just a fucking great time. And the crowd loves War Dogs. They love barking. So, hey, and they don't have to get the Japanese crowd doesn't have to go along with that if they don't want to. Like that could backfire. Oh. And the crowd's just like, Yes, they're good audio. But that's what the Japanese crowd's like. They'll just give you fucking silence if they don't like your ass.
Yeah.
Which is even worse than getting booed, isn't it? So no, they like the Bucks. So War Dogs, is this the most kind of over in a facey way that Bullet Club's been since I started watching? Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Even though you've got Mr. Hate as they're going for the title. So after this match, right, Wato and Yo come out, and I'm like, no, because I'm like, they've already beaten Yo like fucking a billion times to retain these titles. Fuck off! Why are you here? Wato dragged him out, and I'm like, Wato, Hontai's bigger than Yoshihashi's dick. You could choose fucking anyone.
Who would he choose then?
Oh my god, I would have chosen.
Who is a better partner than Yo in this situation?
I mean, Tiger Mask.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of choices.
So. Look, I know, and Despy's the junior champ. I know, right. I know, but like, any other junior show Kanemaru? I don't know, but I'm just like. Apparently, and shows like Yo's really surprised too. Like, what are we doing out here? And I kind of find that funny as well. So the TMDK, they're like, Robbie's like, yeah, I'm cool with it. And then Vegeta's like, I'm cool with fighting against Wato, but I feel like I've already beaten this guy like a fucking 100 times already. And I'm like, yeah, I feel that too. And then you wrote to me a fucking funny message about this tag team, and I hope you remember it.
Yeah, I was because I mean, they can't even build a shelf, so how are they going to win the titles? Is what I said to you. Because if you remember from a Wrestler Diary, they tried to put a shelf up, and they couldn't do it because they didn't measure, and they just couldn't figure it out. And it was like, wow, it was like a big failure in teamwork from them, from their personal life. So how are they going to do this? That's what I was.
Yeah. That's right. It was fucking, and I hadn't even had my coffee yet, and I kind of like, wow, that stopped pre-coffee grumpy loop from emerging. I think just saw that and I started laughing.
I don't see them winning, but you never know. You know what I mean? It could happen. I mean, Wato's a former tag champion for sure, and they just have to make a bunch of tag teams for this tournament coming up too. So that's what's going on here. You know?
Oh yeah,
I think this team will be fun.
I mean,
I think they're going to be fun. I think Yo's going to get the Master Water rub, Luke, and you're going to be like, "Oh, I think this Yo guy's okay." That's what's going to happen.
It's happened before. Guys I've ragged on for ages, I've suddenly come around on. So it does happen, everyone. Though I think Yo's probably the person I've ragged on the longest without coming back around on. So yeah, there is that.
Yeah.
Don't know why I'm stalling. The main event, I think, is two things. It's really good. It also could have been at least 10 to 15 minutes shorter.
That's really long.
So, I don't know if I think you do feel the same way I do. And it always seems to happen with hardcore / gimmick matches, main events in New Japan, where you and I will be like, yeah, cool story, bro. Right. Finish this up. Let's wrap this up. For some reason, every time they need to do one of these matches, I guess I want to give bang for your buck, money's worth, all that kind of stuff. But every time I do one of these matches, like, strap in. It's going to be 30 to 45 minutes every single time. And as much fun as I had with this match, I think I would have preferred maybe them just having a straight up normal match the whole time.
I mean, that's just a lot of fun. Doesn't need to be that long. It's a junior title match.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So, like it doesn't need to be 45 minutes long.
I do know
it is awesome.
There is a spot. There's a time in this match where you said like, all right, time to wrap this up, and I just wrote back to you, the table's still out there.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's the thing. That's Chekhov's table. You set it up and then you use it later.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's just like, now I don't know. I remember the table now. I don't forget the tables anymore for some reason because they're New Japan tables and they're so willful, you know. Maybe that's why. But like I want to see a couple matches that subvert my wrestling brain and be like, hey, there's a table. We used it right away. Oh, cool.
Hey,
now the match could end at any moment. Because
remember
like
when
I
David
know
Finlay did that with that Uranagi? He threw somebody right through a table the other day in the New Japan Cup. That was great.
That's right. Because now I know the match ain't gonna end until that table's used. So I'm like, all right, stop. Yep, these near falls are great, but that table's not been used yet. I'm like, all right. Now that that's out of the way, this match is really awesome. They get it. They get in the ring. They start fighting each other, and then and then Clark Connors is like, "Hey, this is a hardcore match, right?" And Desper's like, "It sure is. Shall we fuck each other up?" Connors is like, "Yeah, we should." They start grabbing chairs, and then it's like it's on. It's have a chair battle, and then there's a long portion where they're both out in the crowd. Crowd is simultaneously annoyed and going nuts at the same time. Like, I got to move now. I'm inconvenienced that I have to move for this awesome match.
I feel like what they do is it used to be they would get pissed about having to move, and now it's like, oh great, we got to move. That's awesome. You know, it's almost like they're fired up about it, especially with this match. Like they are happy to get out of the way. You know,
maybe it's because there was that 2 years of we can't even like say people's names, or we can just do nothing but clap. Maybe there's a bit of that still, you know.
Yeah.
Also, it's a Despy death match
at Kurgan Hall. He's done that there, you know. So
yeah, right. Like,
you know, and there's Pro Wrestling Freedoms people there. So like, there's like we could see there's a bunch of young lions that we don't recognize walking around. Oh yeah, all the young lions have gloves. Murashima has little gloves on, and Trash Talking Young Lion has his own little gloves, and it's like look at him, you know.
I do want to point out that when Clark Connors comes out, some of the War Dogs are out. Was with him. Hey, and there's Thekla as well, because I think he's seen Thekla.
Oh, that's cool.
But
some of the young lions we didn't recognize, they were wearing Pro Wrestling Freedom t-shirts. So, you know, I'm assuming that's what they were there for. You know, it's just to oversee the death match because that's what they do.
Yeah. So, you know, if there's ever a match where I'm like, oh, 10 minutes could be edited out of this, it's usually the brawl in the crowd portion of the match. Because I feel like this is the portion of the match that I'm like, all right, this is probably more entertaining for the people in Korakuen Hall than it is for me watching, even though I'm not unentertained. But I'm just like, all right, you know, there's some cool shit. Like they threaten to suplex each other off a stage onto the hardwood floor, and you know they're not going to do it, but maybe
that's fun.
You know?
You don't know
because
Despy crazy shit in this
crazy.
Match.
Yeah, you know, they're both. I feel like. I know Clark Connors can bump like a maniac, and I know he's a great wrestler and stuff, but like now I know he can do a pretty damn good hardcore kind of death match too with that. And if we could hang with Despy in this kind of match, yeah, I think I got only one niggle with Clark Connors, and that is he gets busted open and then he just wipes his forehead, and I'm just like, dude, I want to see that drip down. Like, you don't touch that shit. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's the only thing. Like, other than that. Anything that Despy is willing to do in this match, Clark Connors is pretty willing to take those bumps too. So, yeah, respect.
He was in the cage match, you know, the dreaded cage match. He survived it, you know. So this is not new for Clark Connors.
I know, but this is like a one-on-one with what I'm like probably one of the modern deathmatch legends, right? With Desperado.
I agree.
Even Moxley wanted to wrestle him. Like, you know, Moxley's like, I'm going to come to Japan for a show. Who do you want to wrestle? I want to have a death match with Desperado, please.
Yeah. It's like, I want to get over.
Yeah, people want to have these kinds of matches with El Desperado because they're fucking awesome. They finally get in the ring. There's all sorts of fucked up shit. Like there's a fucking... All right, not only does Despy bring in a fucking chair with barbed wire wrapped around it, but before he can even use it, Clark Connors hits a gore because, like, yeah, sure, he's going to damage himself, but he wants to damage Despy as well. So I'm like, okay, I don't think I've really seen that before. That was fucking great. Then they decide, you know what, we're going to wrap barbed wire around our hands and just going to punch each other hard in the head. And I'm just like, God damn. There's a fucking gnarly spot, right, where this is towards the end of their outside portion of the match, during maybe the first 15 minutes or so. Right? Yeah, that's how long that goes for. I'm like, come on, man.
That's funny.
Yeah. Where Clark takes his belt and wraps it around Despe's wrist, attaching him to the ring post, and then fucking smacks him in the back with a kendo stick, grabs a liquor bottle and just pours it on Despe's back. I hope that's not real alcohol, by the way, and he's just selling that because, like, I know you're a badass, Despe, to actually do the crazy alcohol spot, but you don't have to do real alcohol, buddy. Like, it's fine. Just, you can do some actual fake wrestling for me, please. Like, you know what I mean? Because that might have stung. Like, I saw that, and for me, that looked more painful than getting whacked in the back with the fucking kendo stick, right? So that's gnarly. Some of my favorite bumps are by Despe, and they're all involving the ring post, getting crunched with the ribs, like front and back. Like he takes it, even when he takes it on the back, he feels like his body kind of wraps around backwards and forwards around the fucking steel post, like somehow. So he takes some amazing fucking corner post bumps. They're fucking great. He takes some this kendo stick. Poor.
Did you see in Desperado's back?
nasty.
It has this giant welt on it that's got like all cut up and it's all swollen. And it's like, oh my god.
That's what made the alcohol spot even more like. Oh, you motherfucker, Clark Connors! Holy shit! But Clark, this is all right. Another nitpick. I've only got little nitpicks. That's all you got about a match. Then the match is pretty good. And it's while Clark's getting these tables ready, fucking Red Shoes is trying to free Desperado.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, he does free him.
Like, what are you doing, man? There's no rules in this match. He's allowed to leave him there. Because what do you do after you've set the tables up? Well, the tables are over there and Despe's over there tied up. What are you going to do? Obviously, Clark's going to untie him and take him over there. So what the fuck are you doing, Red Shoes? Business for yourself. Get the fuck out of here. They know what the fuck they're doing. All right. So that's a nitpick on Red Shoes. Like, Chumpy would have fucking been like, no. It's fine.
Okay.
And Ken Asato would have allowed it. He'll count a fucking spot after a low blow that he initiated. Like, come on, man.
He would pretend like he can't see it because
it's like Red Shoes is enforcing some rules into this match somehow. What are you doing? If it had been Daiki Nagaya Murashima, I would have accepted that because then you could have had a little spot where Clark Connors grabbed one of those two motherfuckers and just threw him into the railing. See?
Yeah.
That would have been better. What are you doing there, Red Shoes? Like, maybe Daiki Nagai and Murashima were too busy rearranging the chairs back in perfect rows so the crowd could sit back down or something.
They're good at that.
Oh, all right. So we get some freaking awesome wrestling here. This is not a numero dos, fuck your limb kind of stuff. So Despe's not really going for that. They're going for freaking hard-hitting power moves on each other. And they do it on... Despe takes a superplex or a power... it's a power bomb from the top rope into chairs that are set around in a circle like that. And I'm like, fuck me. You've already got alcohol back. Yeah. By the way, after one of the bumps that Despe takes into the corner post, he lands into the puddle of liquid. And Walker is quick to go, oh, he landed in the alcohol, Chris. That must be painful. And I'm like, man, it's good eyes, because I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, okay, that was a fun little bit of like accidental kind of awesomeness that they managed to spin into some gold there. Awesome. I love Walker on commentary. Chris, he was fine tonight. I really liked him tonight. He didn't annoy me or do anything major spoilery or anything like that.
I didn't listen, so I can't tell you.
That's all right. Just, hey, I got to call it as I hears it. And I was just like, yeah, they're fine. So, yeah, dude, they're doing gnarly fucking power move spots. And, all right, Despe gets the pinche loco. He's a bit slow to get the pin. Of course, Connors kicks out. Connors he gets some moves on his own, but Despy fires back, and Connors kind of kicks out again, and he mirrors Despy from their previous match, because there's a really cool video package where Despy gave the finger like this to Clark Connors, and that feeds into this match where Connors is dead, but he's not giving up, and he's like, "Fuck you, man!" Like middle finger, and Despy's like, "Fair enough." Grabs the finger, picks him back up, fucks Connors up with a gnarly looking pinche loco, like with extra stank sauce on it. 1, 2, 3. Despy retains. I'm both happy with that and disappointed with that. That's a good champion for me. Like, I wouldn't mind when you give him feuds where I'm like, I'd be okay with everyone he's feuding with to beat him for the title, and then he retains. I'm like, you know what? Kind of like his title run, because all these matches are doing pretty fantastic. So, I'm missing Doki, but this guy's El Desperado. Who'd have thought this guy Desperado was this fucking good? Everyone, it's a great match. I love the end where Despy's like, "Just for now, beer," and they clink beers. They have a sip, and then at the same time they give each other the finger. And I'm like, fuck yeah, all right, that's a really cool ending. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun. We couple things that happened that we got to talk about. One is Connors he brings out a bottle.
He takes the table bump as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that. He breaks a liquor bottle and like makes it into a weapon, and they start stabbing each other in the head with it.
Yeah.
That was funny as hell. And there was glass laying around the whole match because of that. And Red Shoes was fucking pissed, like trying to pick it up. And Abe walked over and grabbed some of it.
He takes a fan's Despy towel and uses it to smack the glass into the ring post,
right,
to make it so he can glass a motherfucker. Glass a cunt is how we would say it here, or in maybe the UK.
That's something that happens all the time.
There's a fucking term for it. Glass of the cunt. Yeah.
Well, so it didn't work the first time, so he did it the second time, and glass went all over the camera too, which was awesome.
Oh yeah, they cracked the camera lens at some point too.
Did they? Oh
yeah,
I didn't see that. That was cool. Well, not really, but but the glass going at it was pretty neat. But yeah, so they fought up to the top rope in the corner. And that's when Desperado hit the spine buster through the two tables that were sitting in there, and then that was when the middle finger thing happened and all that. So that was pretty cool. I liked the match a lot. Like you said, it was too long, but I mean, I was getting ready for work, and I was like, I gotta. I mean, like, come on, I gotta. So that was more why I it didn't bug me that it was that long, other than I had to go. But it could have been shorter, just because. Could have also been one of those things where, they just let him go and they didn't have a time limit, and they just go out there and do the match, however long it takes. And this is how long it took. So, I don't know. I liked it. Connors also took a really nasty bump into the bleachers where it looked like it hit his head.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. It was like a lot of the crazy bumps in the crowd. And I thought it was really fun. It's also fun that New Japan let a junior title match be a fucking death match type thing. That's cool. That's like forward think. Well, I don't know if it's forward thinking, but it's thinking.
Yeah, I know you had to piss off to go ready for work. Did you see what happened post match?
I don't think so.
So there's this guy from the Empire from CMLL. Maybe I missed it. You did mention this. It happened during Fantastica Mania. One of the luchadors joins the Empire.
Correct.
Tempranalio or something like that.
He's the Templar. Yes.
Yeah. So does that make Despy an assassin? I guess. Like, is that where we're going?
That's Will Ospreay. That's
name. Well, who?
Mm-hmm.
But he's in the other. We need, like, if you're gonna have a Templar, you need the Saturn. Never mind.
Does Templario, was he there, or was it?
Nah, it was a video package. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so and like as soon as the lights went out, I got excited too. By the way, because I'm like, Doki.
Nah.
I know it's too soon. I know he fucked his arm right up. Like he might need a new whole robotic arm, like his fucking cable.
Plus,
or something.
That's a big match. That's not like whatever destruction.
That's Dominion or something like that, right?
Yeah. It's not Power Struggle. Come on.
But they need a direction with the Empire Boys. They need I don't know, but yeah, I don't really care about temporary.
Well, we'll see. I don't think I've seen him wrestle, but maybe once. I don't know.
Yeah,
So maybe he's good. We'll see. I'm sure that him and Desperado will have a good match. They are luchadors after all.
that's right.
So, and Desperado doesn't really have bad matches. Like that's not a thing for him, really.
it's
So
true.
I'm sure it'll be awesome. You're right. He's been a fantastic champion, and I'm sure whatever. I don't think that Templario is going to beat him, so that's good. If he holds on to the title until Doki comes back, that'll be Dominion or something like that. That'll be cool.
So I know we don't usually do these, but I thought it's kind of worth mentioning because it's a weird card in like one of the best possible ways, because it's like usually when you see even a big New Japan show, there's still quite a few kind of preview or not preview tags, but group tag matches, right? So this is Sakura Genesis. This is it's at Ryogoku, right? It's Sumo Hall, so big venue. Kickoff match. This is the only time you'll see Young Lions in the whole show. It's the kickoff. It's Murashima versus Daiki Nagai. Man, I'm going to tune in for the kickoff. Yes, please. I like to see I love Murashima, and I think I can speak for both of us here when we say we like both these two Young Lions. So yes, please. And then you get the main show, and I'm interested in all of these. Yu Uemura versus Sonata. Yeah, yes, please. El Fantasma versus the Great Khan for the TV title.
5th defense.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, please. You've got the Hiroshi Tanahashi Final Road Connection, and it's Tanahashi versus Shota Umino. I will be interested to see what that match looks like. Oh yeah. When Shooter wins, I can just imagine the crowd at Sumo Hall right away. That's a match designed to give some of the rub to Shooter, and I hope it goes the way they want it to, because I don't want to boo Shooter. Like, I want to like him. I like him, and I like his in-ring. But when you kind of book him or whatever in a way that makes me go, there's something there, Mm-hmm. Then you've got the Stank title match, which I'm kind of excited. I'm really excited for.
Fun.
It's Ishimori, Driller, and Gabe Kidd versus Sho Yujiro and Ren Narita. Then we've got our main event is here. If Takeshita wins, he will have the most defenses in one single reign as the never champion ever. I think only one champion has retained his title 5 times. And that was Masato Tanaka, the first champion. No one's ever beaten that or equaled it, really. So there you go. That's Kanosuke.
I want Ryohei Iwa to win, man.
Oh, me too. Yeah. It's time.
Bring it back.
The grip. Yeah. Look, I love Takeshita as the holder of this title. He's a fucking badass, but
that does a lot for Ryohei Iwa. Takeshita beating him, that doesn't really do a ton for him. I mean, it does, but not like the other way around. So
Iwa winning his first singles title, and it's like the best title in wrestling. And I think he can make a great young, hungry, never style champ. Yeah, let's do that. Then we got the please, like, I've forgotten all about his bad hair until right now, because I'm just like, I'm all about the grip, baby. Let's go. Then we got the. Then we got a tag title match at Hiromu and Naito, which is what we're gonna need a fun tag match after Takeshita versus Iwa, right? Call. And that's Hiromu and Naito versus Callum Newman and Jeff Cobb. I don't care who wins that. I will probably keep it on the champs because that's kind of a dream team, and you might want to keep that going. But having said that, Callum pinning Naito, I'd mark the fuck out big time.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Next, we've got a match for the global title. That's Yota Tsuji versus King of Darkness, Evil. As I said earlier, you can go either way with the story here, and I'm happy. Evil winning, though, would contribute to the House of Torture Bullet Club story, because that's what's his name's previous belt. David Finlay, sorry. Mm-hmm. Didn't expect to not get his name right. And then we get the heavyweight title match, Goto versus Finlay, and I hope Finlay just kicks his fucking ass. So, yeah. That's a lot of singles matches and big matches for Sakura Genesis. It's a fucking great card too.
Yeah, I kind of
top to bottom.
didn't realize it was that big of a
That
deal.
good?
You know, I
Yeah.
kind of forgot about all those matches. So yeah, well, I'll try to get up and see how much of that I can see live. It is, of course, starting at like 3 a.m. for me. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have to like live during the day,
If only I could
could-
become Batman.
right? It'd be
And take a
okay.
night off from saving Gotham and just like fuck off. New Japan's on. Don't you understand?
I mean, I was thinking more like a vampire, like Barnabas
Yeah.
Collins from Dark Shadows. I mean, that's who I want to be.
Fuck, that's a
anyway,
deep
so.
cut.
Mhm. Yep. But Luke, I like both these shows. They were fun and they made me hungry for a little Sakura Genesis. Are
Oh,
you
yeah.
hungry for anything else?
Well, it's lunchtime almost, and almost dog feed time. So yeah, I guess I am. Yeah. I just like I get to watch a never open title match today. Like I'm fucking happy, man. I'm stoked.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I don't know. Feed me more.
Well, remember that guy?
Yeah.
Remember, what was his name? Ryback? Remember that guy?
I only remember him because we have a whole we used to have a whole in joke with like Executive Moonbeam from SWF about it with the Feed Me More alarm clock.
That's right.
Being awake to shows
for New Japan.
Yeah,
that was years ago.
That was before we even started the show, but you and I
Man.
had started interacting a lot, which led to this show. So yeah, fucking hell. All right, man. That was pretty good. Yeah, I had a really good time. You know what? We got 2 diary entries left. Do you want to save them? Yeah, should we save them?
Sure.
Yeah,
we
why
can.
not?
We'll have one for Sakura Genesis. We'll
Yeah.
bring it out on a special occasion. But yeah, all right, man. Well, I was a lot of fun talking about wrestling as usual.
And in Gator we trust. Give up, motherfucker!